everyone. We will be making my very own creation called a puffkin. So this is how it looks. It's entirely up to you if you want to add a loop to hang it from something, or you can just have it without, so it can just sit on the shelf or on top of your wardrobe or wherever you want to place it. So this is my creature called a puffkin, and in this video tutorial I'll show you how to make one. So these are the materials that we will be using to make our puffkin, and this is my purple Poodle yarn I purchased from Poundstrecher, so it is a bit different to normal yarn. They just called it Poodle, and I would say it's more chunky like this yarn here. So that's purple Poodle yarn, and here's a grey chunky yarn that I purchased online, and this is a DK black yarn that I purchased online. Here's some toy stuffing that we'll be stuffing our puffkin with, a tapestry needle, a stitch marker, scissors, and a 6mm hook, and also an 8mm crochet hook as well. So this is all the materials that we will be using. Right, so we will be starting with the grey chunky yarn to start making the face for your puffkin, and you'll be using the 6mm crochet hook. And how we will start is by making your slip knot. So just quickly get your yarn, index finger twist, insert the thumb, pinch, let the hoop go over and tighten. Like so. There. Then get your crochet hook, insert into the loop, and if you want to tie, just pull the tail. Okay, so you start by doing a chain 2, like so. Then you will be inserting 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook, so your very first chain that you made. So you just put 6 single crochets into that same chain space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you want to tighten that hole there, just pull that tail nice and firm and it'll close it up for you, like so. So that's the end of round 1 for your puffkin. Round 2, and what you will be doing here is just inserting 1 single crochet in each stitch. The very first is a bit fiddly, but it will go. Just push it through, and you'll be placing 1 single crochet in each stitch. I'll get my stitch marker quick. Like so. So just place 1 single crochet in each stitch. It is a bit tight at first, but as you carry on it will just become a bit easier. So that's 3, 4, 5, and the last stitch 6, and it wants to. There you go. And that's that. So all you had to do in that round is just place 1 single crochet in each stitch. So that's the end of round 2. Round 3, and this will be an increase round, so you will be placing 2 single crochets in each stitch. So at the end of this round you should have 12 stitches. So remove your stitch marker, go into your first stitch, make your first single crochet, like so. Then insert your hook again in the same stitch that you just made one, and insert another single crochet. So you keep doing this all the way around, placing 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. So you should end up with 12 stitches at the end of this round. So just keep going around inserting 2 single crochets. Got 2 stitches to go. Being a bit stubborn, that one. There you go. And my last stitch here, 2. Come on, there you go. 1 and 2. There we go. All done. So now you should have 12 stitches at the end of this round, just by placing 2 single crochets in each stitch. So this is the end of round 3. Round 4, and in this round we will be placing a single crochet in each stitch, and we'll also be doing that for round 5 as well. So start with your first stitch, 1 single crochet, and you just place 1 single crochet in every single stitch all the way around for this round and also for the next round. So just keep going around, placing your single crochets like so. I'll do a couple more with you. So just placing 1 single crochet in each stitch like so. So you just keep doing that for the rest of this round and also for the next round as well. So I'll meet you near the end of round 5. Okay, so this is near the end of round 5. So I've just got 2 more crochets to do, or 2 more stitches. And like we've been doing, just inserting 1 single crochet in each stitch, like so. So you should still have 12 stitches. You can remove your hook. Just like that. So that's your puffkin's face all done. So that's the end of round 5, just placing 1 single crochet in each stitch, so you should still have 12 stitches. So let's move on to round 6. Okay, so we're moving on to round 6 now, and we'll be changing colour to this purple poodle yarn, and we will be using the 8mm crochet hook now. So what we will do is cut your grey yarn, leave a little bit of a tail, like so. Move that away, and we'll be using this later for the, making the ears. Right, so let's start round 6 then. So we'll be attaching this purple yarn, and we'll be placing 1 single crochet in each stitch. So let's start into the first stitch. So insert your hook. It is going to be a bit tight because you're using a bigger hook now. Then get your purple, wrap it around your hook, leave it a little bit of a tail, and hold it down when it wants to, and pull this through the stitch like so. Then yarn over and pull through, and you can always pull the tails to just tighten it, but you can always do that in a bit. So that was your first stitch of the round. So it will have that grey stitch there, but as you go around it we'll be using this purple now. So we will be just placing 1 single crochet in each, but with this purple yarn now. So you just keep going around, placing 1 single crochet in each stitch. So nice and easy, but you just have to be a bit more forceful because you're using a bigger hook. Like so. Yeah, just place 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so I'm just going on to my last stitch now, and last bit, there we are, yarn over and pull through, there we go. So now we've attached our purple yarn, and this is how your work should be looking at the end of round 6. Round 7, and this is an increase round, so we will be placing 2 single crochets in each stitch. It is a bit harder using this yarn, but if you get your fingers, you can feel the stitch. So it will take a little bit longer, but you can persevere. So all you need to do is insert your hook into your first stitch, single crochet. Yeah, it's very hard to see your stitches with this yarn, but it does have a nice effect with the finished product. Makes it look all woolly and fluffy or puffy. Okay, so insert your hook again into that same stitch and insert another single crochet. So you just keep going around doing 2 single crochets in each stitch. So just try and pull it up a little bit, insert your hook, and that's 1, and if you pull it up a little bit you can see that little gap there, so you know that's the stitch that you've just worked into, and just place 2 single crochets in each stitch. So I'll do this again with you, so that's 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet, like so. So I'll keep inserting 2 single crochets in each stitch, and I'll meet you near the end. Okay, so this is how my work is looking at the end of round 7, and I was just placing 2 single crochets in every stitch, like so. So now this is how your work is looking. So this is your puffkin's face, and we're making the body now. So at the end of that round you should have 24 stitches. I know it's very hard to count them, but don't worry too much if you do lose a stitch, because the end result won't be affected that much. I'll get my puffkin. So you can't really see if you drop stitches because it's very like tight together, and it's just the texture of the yarn makes it hard to see the stitches. So if you do lose a stitch, don't worry, it would be hard to tell. So as long as you are just placing 2 single crochets in each, it shouldn't be a problem. So that's the end of round 7. Okay, so we are now moving on to round 8, which is also an increase round. So there is 24 stitches, and at the end of this round you should have 36. So what we will be doing is placing 1 single crochet in your first stitch, then in the second stitch 2 single crochet, your third stitch 1 single crochet, and your fourth stitch 2. So you keep doing this all the way around, so it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like so. I just dropped my earbud. So you insert your hook into your first stitch, and place your single crochet and get your stitch marker like so, then into the next stitch like so, one single crochet and insert the hook in the same stitch and do your second crochet. So you just keep doing this all the way around for this round. So one single crochet, then two single crochet in the next stitch. So one and two. So I'll do it one more time with you guys. So it's one single crochet in the next stitch like that, and then in the following stitch one single crochet and insert your hook in the same stitch, two single crochet. So you keep doing that all the way around, so 1 2 1 2 1 2 all the way, and I'll meet you at the end. So this is how my work is looking, and I hope yours looks very similar, like so. Don't worry about the tails, we'll sort them out later. So we're just expanding the body. So you should have 36 stitches at the end. So you were just doing one single crochet, two single crochet, one single crochet, two single crochet all the way around. So it should look like this. So that is the end of round 8. So we'll be moving on to round 9. Okay, so we have moved on to round 9 now, and this is also an increase round again. So in this round we will be placing a single crochet, two single crochet. So every third stitch is an increase by putting two single crochet in. So at the end of this round you should have 48 stitches, or around that, because it is very hard to see the stitches. So you make your first single crochet in your first stitch, place your stitch marker, and then go into the next stitch. Try and get under both if you can. Come on, there you go. So that's your second stitch. So that was single crochet, and now in this one you'll be placing your two single crochet. There it is. Yeah, it is hard. So that's one, and then place another one in the same stitch. So you just keep doing this all the way around. So that's one single crochet, one single crochet, and two single crochet into the next stitch. So one, and insert again, two. So you keep doing that all the way around. So 1 1 2 1 1 2, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Right, so this is how my work is looking. So this is as wide as it's gonna get now. So we're not doing any more increases. So you should have 48 stitches at the end of this round. So I hope your work is looking similar to mine. So that was the end of round 9. So we'll be moving on to round 10. Right, so round 10. And in this round we will be just putting one single crochet in each stitch, and that's also the same for round 11 and round 12. So you will be placing one single crochet in each stitch for the next 3 rounds. So just place your one single crochet in each stitch all the way around for 3 rounds. So like so, all the way, just placing one single crochet, just like that. So keep doing that for the rest of this round, also for round 11 and round 12. So I'll meet you at the end of round 12. So for the next 3 rounds you'll be placing 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so this is how my work is looking at the end of round 12. I'll just pull my hook out. So now that's your body and that's the face, like so. And now we'll be starting to do the decreases, so we'll be closing this up in the next round. So I hope your work is looking like this. So that is the end of round 12. So you were just placing 1 single crochet in every single stitch for 3 rounds. So that was the end of round 12. So we'll be moving on to round 13. Okay, so we are moving on to round 13 now, and we will be decreasing. So we will be doing 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then the decrease. So start off by placing your first single crochet, like so. There. That's 1, then into the next stitch, 2, then insert your hook, yarn over, don't finish, insert into the next hook, stitch I mean, yarn over, pull through. So you have 3 hoops on the hook, or loops, either way, then yarn over and you pull through all 3. So that's how you decrease. So again, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, oh, there you go, and then the decrease, insert your hook, yarn over, leave it with 2 on the hook, then insert into the next stitch, yarn over with 3 on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So you keep doing that all the way around. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 together. So insert into the next one, 3 on the hook, and pull through. So you just keep doing this all the way around for this round, like so. So again, I'll show you. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, leave it there, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through with 3, then yarn over and pull through all 3. So just keep doing that all the way around. So single crochet, 2 together. Okay, so I'll meet you near the end of this round. So this is how my work is looking at the end of round 13, like so. So we were just doing single crochet, then decrease, so putting 2 together all the way. So you should have roughly 36 stitches at the end, but like I said, it's hard to count your stitches, so as long as it looks similar to this, you're on track. So we will be moving on to round 14, that is also a decrease, and I'll show you in just a couple of seconds. Okay, so we are moving on to round 14 now, which is also a decrease, but this time it's going to be a bit different. So we're just going to close this up now, really. So like we were doing with the decrease, insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over and pull through all 3, and put your crochet hook, stitch mark I mean. So we will be doing this all the way around, so it is just decrease all the way around now. So insert, pull through, insert, pull through with 3 on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So that is what you will be doing for the rest of this round, just decreasing. Ooh, let's start that again. So you'll be decreasing every single stitch, so combining 2 into 1 all the way around, like so. So you just keep doing this all the way, and I will meet you at the end. I just thought that I should tell you, try and keep your stitches quite close together while you're closing up. So just try and keep them quite nice and tight, so it just pulls the work all together. Okay, so I'll meet you back there. Okay, so this is how my work is looking now. That's my hoop there. Right, so you should have roughly 18 stitches, but if your closing looks similar to mine, you're on track still. So this is the body now, so I'll be stuffing it now as we're very close to finishing. So get your toy stuffing and just stuff as much as you like, how soft you want it or how firm. My hoop, don't worry, I'll just try and keep it out of the way. Right, so just get your stuffing and stuff it, and go right to the front where the face is as well. So you just stuff it to how much you want, like so. And then we'll be moving on to round 15 next, which will also be a decrease round. So just stuff your puffkins and meet me at the start of round 15. Sorry about the pause. Right, so I've stuffed mine as much as I would like. So now we're moving on to round 15. So we'll be doing exactly the same as before by placing, oh, it is a bit harder once you stuff. So as you've been doing in the last round, tighten up this a bit, there, okay. So try and not catch the stuffing as you sew, well, close this up. So insert into your first stitch, yarn over, pull through, which is a bit hard on the camera, sorry. Then go into your next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3, like you were doing in the previous round. So just keep doing that all the way around, just being careful with the stuffing. So go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, then to the following stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So keep doing that all the way around. Just insert, yarn over, then insert, yarn over, and pull through all 3. I'll do that in a minute, just lost that stitch. So just do your decreases all the way around and meet me at the end. There we are. This is how my work is looking at the end of round 15, like so. So you're closing it all up now, and I did forget to mention, if you do fall onto not an increase because along the line you skipped a stitch, don't worry, just do a single crochet in that last stitch with the previous stitches, the previous rounds as well. So don't worry too much, just place that single crochet in the last stitch, because normally you would fall on the increase or the decrease, but don't worry. So this is how my work is looking, like so. at the end of round 15. So just give it a bit of a squish around to try and close these holes up as well. But I will now move on to sewing this up. Okay, so now we'll be steeling this up, and if you did want to put your last bit of stuffing in now, please do so. So let's just finish with this hook. So chain 1 and cut the yarn like so, and pull it, so leave a bit of a tail for sewing, and pull that chain so it's all sealed like so. So now attach your tapestry needle or yarning needle, one with a big eye so you can feed your yarn through. There. Okay, so now you should have roughly 9 stitches, but don't worry too much if you don't. So remove your stitch marker, get your tapestry needle, and what we will be doing is getting your needle, going into the first stitch like so. Oh, don't catch the stitch behind if you see there. Try not to. There. And then insert and pull through, and then go into the next stitch like so, and pull through. Keep going into each stitch all the way around. Just going into each one. Like so. And go into that one. So just keep going like so. So the hole is very quite close now to closing up. Then just simply pull it and it seals it up lovely, like so. So now I can just squeeze my work to how, so you can fill that stuffing to the back. Okay, so now if you're not 100% happy with the holes, use the rest of this tail and use it to just weave in and out of your work. So you're just weaving the tail through as well, and it can also be handy to just cover up those holes. Okay, so you just keep going in and out your work, securing the tail through the body, and also covering up those holes that you're not too keen on. So you just keep going through like so. So it's just closing them all up. Right, so I'm happy with that. So now with this last bit of tail, I'll just get it and pull it through the work. So weave in and out, come out, pull your needle through, then go back and go weave a little bit more through, like so. And that's it. There we go. So I'm happy with that. Come on. Trying to pull the tail. There we go. So give that a bit of a pull. Remove your needle and get your scissors and snip it right down. So that is the body done. Get rid of that. So you just keep squeezing it to get the stuffing all at the back, the front and the face. And we'll now sort these ends out as well. And we'll be moving on to the ears and placing the eyes. So this is how the body should look at the end of this like sewing round as such. So now we'll be moving on to making the ears. I thought I'll just wiggle this in, so as I roll it, I try and make it a bit more oblong or more oval, like so. So it just makes it have a bit of, kind of like a rugby ball, like so. So you just squidge it until you're happy with its shape. So that's how my body is looking, and I'm quite happy. There. Right, so there we go. Right, so we are going to be making the ears for our puffkin now, and you'll be using your 6mm crochet hook again, and this grey chunky yarn again. So you start with your not slip stitch, slip knot. So make your slip knot like so. Get your crochet hook, insert, tighten up a little bit, and then you chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so, and then in the second chain from the hook you'll be putting in a slip stitch. So how you do that, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, and then you pull that hook, loop through the loop that's on your hook, like so. So that's your slip stitch. Then go into the next chain and insert a single crochet, like so. And then the very first chain you will be putting in a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through all 3. If you're not sure about how to do stitches, I do have some video tutorials to show you how to do the basic stitches in crochet if you would like to check them out. So that is how you make your ear. So now you chain 1, like so. Then leave a bit of a tail for sewing onto the body and cut. Pull that yarn all the way through and then just pull it down to seal. Pull that tail, your very first tail, and you can knot them 2 together. Knot the 2 tails. Don't pull too tight because it will just make the ear look a bit odd. And then get your second, and you can pull that a bit more tighter just to seal it up. Then you can get your scissors again and cut the shorter tail down, like so. And that is how you make your ear. So that was a chain 4, then slip stitch into the second chain from the hook, then a single crochet in the next chain and a half double in the next, chain 1, seal it, and tie the 2 tails together, and that is your ear. So I'll make the other ear off camera and I'll meet you back. Okay, so here's my 2 ears ready to put onto the body. So now I will show you how to make the eyes. Okay, so I'll be showing you how to make the eyes now. You don't need all this black yarn, you only need a little bit, so just pull some off the main ball. Oh, and this is a DK yarn, so it's much more thinner than the chunky, but you will still be using your 6mm crochet hook. So just cut that down, you don't need all that. So I've got this, and it's still probably a bit too much, but we'll just work with it. So make your slip knot, like so, insert the hook, tighten it up, and then you chain 2. So that's 1, 2. Oh, that one's a bit too big. Let's make that bit smaller. There, that's better. So that's my chain 2, and then you will be placing 3 single crochets in the second chain from the hook, so the very first one. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, 1 single crochet, insert, yarn over, pull through, insert, pull through, and once again 1 more single crochet, like so, and pull that tail to close up that ring, like so, and then you go into the back loop only of the first stitch, insert your hook through, like so, then yarn over, pull through, and then slip stitch into that back loop of your first stitch, and then yarn over, pull through to make your chain, so chain 1, pull that all the way through, tighten it up, tighten up the hole as well, and that is 1 eye. And again, you can get the tails and just knot them together, like so. Just knot them together to make sure they don't unweave, like so. And then get your scissors again and cut that tail down, and that is 1 eye ready to put onto the body. Like I said, I didn't need that long of a tail, so I'll cut it down. So you don't really need a lot of black yarn. Okay, so that's 1 eye, and I'll make another one off camera and I'll meet you back. Okay, so here's my 2 eyes ready to place onto the face, and now we'll be moving on to sewing the eyes and ears onto the face of your puffkin and weaving in the ends, and then it'll be all finished. Okay, so I'll be weaving these ends in. So what you do is get your tapestry needle and basically just go in, so with the grey tails, go through the grey part of the face, and this purple tail, weave it through the body, and I'll meet you in a bit once you've done that. Okay, so here's my 2 puffkins. I've really stuffed this one so it does look bigger, but it is exactly the same pattern, but as you can see, this one just feels a bit more tighter, and I didn't stuff that one as much, but I went a bit crazy with this one, so it is a bit more chunky. So this is how the body looks with all the bits weaved in, and like I said, if you did want to add this loop, just go into one of these stitches with some grey yarn, and you insert, pull through, go through a couple times, leave a tail, and then you knot it and you pull it. You can see the loop there twice. I went in and out, then tied it, and now it's got a loop, but I'm not going to do it with this one. But that's all you need to do, is just like that stitch there, just insert, go around a couple times leaving a tail, then you tie the 2 together like so. So this is skinny puffkin and this is big puffkin, so this is puffkin. So let's move on to attaching the ears and eyes onto the face. Okay, so let's start with just an ear for now. Get your needle, fold in half, and then you can insert through the eye and pull it like so. So that's ready to go. Then decide where the top of your puffkin will be and the bottom. So I'll probably keep mine like that. So what we'll be doing is placing an ear there and the other one here. So I'll use that stitch here that's a bit poking out. Maybe put my ear just next to it, and then the other ear can go just next to it there. So I'll hold it there Then with the tail, go into the stitch where you want to attach it. Oh, so go through the stitch. Like I said, I'll use that stitch as my marker. So, I keep catching that purple. Try not to catch the purple. There. So pull your tail through all the way, like so. Turn your ear around and pull it. So that's there. Then go into another stitch, come out. But my nail keeps catching on the yarn. Anyway, pull through, and then go into that bottom stitch there. Oh, actually no, it's not a stitch. Go into that stitch there, insert, go into the face, and come out again to like a big round, and pull like so. Keep pulling and pull it tight like so, and then I'm going to attach that down as well, like I said, using that stitch there as my marker. Go in and pop out a little bit further along with the tail. Like so. Then go into that stitch there. Then go into this stitch here, close to that marker. Oh, make sure that doesn't silk around the back. Keep an eye on where your tail goes. There. And it'll probably catch the oh no, there's the tail, don't worry. Talking to myself. And pull. So you just keep going around, keep going through the stitches, like so. The bottom stitch is attaching it to the face, and like I said, I'm using that as my marker because my second ear will go next to it. So just keep going through the stitches until you're happy that's secure. So just keep doing that, and I'll finish off attaching my ear, and I'll attach my other ear, and I'll meet you back and show you how to do the eyes. So like I said, just keep going through the bottom stitches of your ear onto the stitches of the face at the back, like so, and do the same with the other ear, and I'll meet you back to do the eyes. Okay, so my poor Puffkin. There we go. So I've attached my two ears. So I've done about 2 stitches. So like I said, I use these markers here as little markers where to place the ears. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So you put them next to them. So there's a little bit of a gap there. And now I will be attaching the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to be attaching this eye. So if you can see, it's kind of, I've tried to shape it so it's kind of like wide, then it gets a bit narrower. That's going to be just placed about there. So attach your tail onto your needle. Like so. There we go. Put it right down. And then, yeah, so about, so from the stitch there, 1, 2, so the face, yeah, about there, and go in and pop back out. Come on there. So, and pull the tail through. If you're not happy, you can always pull it back out. So yeah, I'll probably keep the eye there. So kind of where the ear is, and the other eye will go here. So now go through the stitch at the top of the eye. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera. Pull through. Try and like use your thumb and pull, like so. And just keep going in and out of the stitches onto the onto the face, catching the stitch and just securing the eye onto the face. Yeah, I'm happy with where the eye is, like so. And you just catch each stitch around the outside, attach it to one of the stitches below of the face, and that is how you attach your eye. So I'm going to attach my other eye there, and I'll meet you back in a minute. Okay, so I have attached the other eye now. So the only difference with this one is I've added a bit more stuffing, because this yarn is very stretchy, so you can have a big one like this or a bit more skinny one like this. So that's more better for a keyring, and that's more like for the side. So I so I just stuffed it a bit much compared to this one. That's the only difference. But there we have it. There we go. So now you have your very own puffkin. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you love your puffkin because they are really cute. And yes, so if you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up, and also please subscribe if you would like to keep following me and see my upcoming videos. And I'm also on Facebook, so I like to post on there as often as possible. So you can head over there at Andie-Gurumi Crochet and follow me on there. So there we have it. Right, I really hope to see you all in my next video, and it's bye for now.